Yeah, I'm still here. So we can go ahead and get started with the final video of this series. Now there's one well, it's currently constituted. There's one more that at least one more that I need to do for you guys, and that'll be the four trades that or the four entries that I will not take. And then going forward after that, I'll probably just do like a weekly video where I just give you, what happened during the week, what I was thinking, and then I can take more time to be a little bit more granular on what's happening during a certain night or that kind of thing. Whereas this whole thing here it's just something to get you started, get you to an understanding, a certain level anyway. And like I said earlier, you got to practice, practice, practice. You got a lot of practice to do. But here we are in February, okay? And congratulations, you come a long way. Let's go ahead and get into this thing again. And the familiar slide that I'm sure you are sick and tired of looking at. But hey, we got to do what we got to do, right? We can't just blow past things, right? So now you know it all. You know how to, you got the intro part. You know how to set up a chart. You can create your account. You can do all that stuff. You know how to back test and set all that up. You know what a trade setup looks like and where to enter. And now we're doing the 90-day back test, and we are at February. All right, so let's go ahead and get rid of that thing, and let's get on into it. So here we are in the month of February. Wow, February. Shortest month of the year, and I'm glad it was short because, yeah, let's get to it. Get this thing going. So as always, when I start, yeah, and I mentioned this in the previous video, that I put this green line here so that I don't end up counting candles before the green line, because prior to the green line or at the green line and prior to that, that's close of business. And so if this is like a Wednesday, this would that will be Wednesday close of business 5 o'clock, and this will be Wednesday to the right of the green line would be Wednesday 6 o'clock and forward. Okay. So we start at 6 o'clock here, and this goes from 6 to 8, where we end business, my business anyway, at the red line. So we get this run up, right? And you can't see it because this doggone thing keeps doing that, putting those words up there every time I move my mouse. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get rid of close my camera out here. You don't really need to see me. Let's do that. Uh-oh, I closed out the wrong thing. Boy, I'm a genius. Look at that. All right, close that out. There we go. All right. So you can see where the market got started, and it just took off and it ran right up into resistance. Okay. So we had what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles and 7 candles and a reversal and all of that. But look at that. Before that reversal, you had the big white candle, right? And then you had a no decision candle. There was nothing. There's not even a line on it. At that point, I'm not looking in it. I'm not looking to take the trade. So as I'm concerned, we lost momentum there. And you can see it pull back quite a bit after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 7 candles. Can't take it even. Okay. So I'm going to bring my cursor back over here. I just wanted you to be able to see what the RSI looked like. So it pulled back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the minimum. Number 6. On that 7th candle, we're not interested in anything. After 6, we're done. We're done with the reversal. We're going to wait for another opportunity. Okay. Because like I say, it's lost momentum. And maybe that is why, because of that no decision candle, we're not going anywhere. It shot up here, but then it just fell right off and didn't come back until 7 and then the 8th candle. And had I gotten in here, right, it would have lost. Okay. It would have pulled back. So we're waiting. And if I move my cursor out of the way again, eventually all that text will go away. And you'll see that we entered again right at the RSI. We entered right here, right at resistance. We took it up for 25 ticks and we got lucky and we won that one. Okay. We won another battle and a reversal or the market reversed. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 blues, a reversal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's when we entered. Okay, one short of our limit, and the market ran sideways for a little while, finally came on down and gave us the win. And this is how it goes. Okay. Now I'm putting these green lines in here so that you can see what I'm, where my green line would be, where I'm thinking, okay, I got to be above this point before I can actually enter a trade. Okay. So I just thought that might help you guys sometimes if I do that, because everything else is gone. Because when I trade, I have a green line that is my go line, but then I'm just moving it around. And so I went back here and kind of put it in. So like here, the green line will be just above or right at the top of the reversal line. Here again, it's right at the bottom of the reversal line. And then here again, it's right at the top of the reversal line, or the reversal candle, which is right here. It's barely blue, but you probably can't see it because it's so small. And then I got that green line right there, but I could see it. And that's why I put it there. When we exceeded it, we enter the trade and we go. Same thing over here. Run, reversal, reversals here. We wait till we get past it. We enter it and we go for 25. Pretty good, right? Well, let's just let this month play out and see what happens. Again, you'll see the magenta or yellow color. Oh, I want to show this to you guys too. This was, let me back this up again. I want to show this to you guys. Remember the purplish magenta color right angles, those are the wins. If you see yellow ones, those are the losses. Now, remember how I said sometimes when the market opens, it'll run up or it'll run down. And once it runs so deep, I'm just not interested until it comes back and it gets back above support or down below resistance. And so that's why sometimes you'll see a second green line. This is the initial green line where I started. But look down here, it's gone off the charts, right? And so I can't enter until it comes back up here and we exceed or get back above support. Now I'm starting to think about trading. But prior to that, no, I'm not thinking about anything. I'm going to, kick back and watch TV, turn on some nice jazz music and relax. There you see some losses along with the wins. Wins and losses. A few wins on the 8th. Bunch of losses there. Now, you guys, like I said, you can pause this whenever you want. If you want to closely examine any one of these days where I entered, you want to count the candles and that kind of thing, that's fine. I understand that. As a matter of fact, I would strongly suggest that you do. Pause. Let's go back here. It is so important that you enter your trade at the right time. It is extremely important. That's why I say practice, practice, practice. You see this trade here? We got to run 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Nice. One and done. See that? And we get in right there. It just barely gets us out. Okay. If I'm off by one tick, if I get in here, you see how this thing came? If thing pops down right here, if it had popped down and I got in late, I lose this trade. A trade that I otherwise would have won. So this is why I say practice, practice, practice. You need 100 hours of, positive trading. And I would say 100 hours in playback before you even get to simulation, because playback, you can slow it down and speed it up. Simulation, you're just running the live market. You're trading, you're just overlaying the live market and trading, still no money at risk. And so that way, if you make a mistake, you can't back it up. Showing you guys a little bit more information here. You know what? Let me back that up. Let's back that up. Let's go here. Showing you where the entries are there. But here on this night, I decided I'm gonna show you a little bit more. Okay. Here I took a stupid trade because we ran down hard. We got a reversal and go, but look, we were down below. We were already redlining. Okay, we were already redlining. Dumb trade. Turns around, knocks me out. Okay, I had a one and done, but it was at the red line, just as the word says there, right? So we turned around, we pull up, pull back, and then I just, I tell you, hey, listen, I'm entering here, exit there. And so you can kind of look at this and see what happens. Oh, you know what? I didn't trade this night. What was I doing? Oh, it was what was it? It was Donald Trump was doing something on TV. What was it? State of the Union. Okay, the horrible state of of the union, of a failed union. But anyway, pulling back here. So I'm taking trades. I decided I should just take them all, but I missed this one. So that's why I took this. This was yeah, sim traded due to state of the union. All I gotta do is read what's on the screen. So I sim traded this night. Win. Okay, so we pulled up into, put the green line there so you can see. Pull back up and down. Okay, and we get this entry. But look, I had already put this gray area here. Why? Because when we got here, we bounced up and down, right? Bouncing up and down. I said, okay, that's a warning sign. This might not work. Okay. So when we got here, remember I told you, if a trade has anything to do with the wobble, do not touch it. Okay. If part of that trade, the run, the reversal, or the entry or the continuation touches the wobble, don't touch it. Because this thing, you see how it goes all the way up here, it pulls the price action all the way back down into it. Tries to come back out, pulls it right back down. Tries to come back out, pulls it right back down. It tries to go through it, but no, it pulls it right back up. Price action slingshots up, it pulls it right back down. So and you think you have something, but you really don't. So here it is again. Okay. Run, reversal, you think you're going to go, but you're not going to go anywhere because it wants to wobble. Okay. I used to take a trade like if it would start and stop, if a candle would start and end outside of the wobble, I would think that was going to go. It works sometimes, but not enough. So I abandoned that. Here we have a run, okay, and a reversal, but it's in the wobble. Okay. Now, if that last candle is, that third candle is, if it starts and stops outside of the wobble and doesn't go back in it, and then the reversal doesn't go into it, and then but the first two candles from the run are in it, and then the continuation starts but doesn't touch the wobble and continues outside of it, it's an okay trade to take. But that is not the case here. In this case, you see that the second candle is okay. The third candle. No, second candle is kind of okay. The third candle really is. But then the reversal goes back up into the wobble. It has that gravitational pull that pulls it in. Okay. The first reversal doesn't, but the second reversal certainly does. Okay. It pulls like it's coming out. And then you have your continuation. But what does your continuation candle do? Well, it runs deep into the wobble before it comes down and then exceeds the beginning of the reversal candle. Well, that's in the wobble, so you're not supposed to take that, because if you take it, your take profits way down here. But it's going to come right back up in here and knock you out. And then it continues up. You got a little bit of reversal, then it go. This one loses. Why? Because I had already put this line here and said, you know what? We've tested this. We've tested this line. We've tested this price point. We got up here, we came back. We tested it here once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Okay, we've tested it 6 times, 7 times, 8 times, and 9 times. So what do you think? The 10th time is going to be the charm? No, no, it's rejected that time and time again. Now, it's like at some point it's going to push through, yes, but what is it going to do? It's going to do something called a back test. Okay, it's going to push up and then it's going to come back and tap that at some point, and then it's going to go. But you don't know when that's going to be, because you probably would have thought it was here, or you thought maybe it's going to be here, and you thought it was going to be here. At some point, it's going to fake you out. It's going to give you a reversal and a continuation, but it ain't done. And so those are just some of the kind of things that we're going to be talking about when we get into the trades that I won't enter. And then we go on up here, and the night's over, and it's a lousy night. But that was, well, that's just February. So I'll remember this next year. Let it run. So that's February, and we don't want to we don't want to do that again. Okay, we do not want to do that again. So here's our P&L for the month. Okay, all right. So Again, we're going to do this assuming one tick or $1 per tick, so that the arithmetic is, pretty easy. And as you can see, we have our win column, we have our loss column, we have the dates that we made the trades. And as you can see down at the bottom, our win versus losses. We have 39 wins, 24 losses. Not a good month. Okay. Like I said, I like to have at least 100 ticks per week. But here, again, wins and losses count the same as far as the value when you're trading 25 ticks at $1 per tick. Now, 39 wins gives us $862.68. 24 losses gives us a negative $693.60 for a grand total of net $169.08. Now, we are positive for the month, but that's a long way from where we were in January. That gets a long way from where we were in December. Even our months back in November and October and September, they were better than this. But we take what we can get. And every once in a while, everybody's going to have a bad month at some point. And so at some point, I'm going to have a negative month. Hope it ain't March. Okay. But sometimes you're going to have a negative month. And that is just, that's how it goes. But what you want to make sure of is that you have a system that's going to give you a lot more positives than negatives. And I think that's what we have here, is a system that gives me more positives than it gives me negatives. And as long as I'm getting that, then I'm consistently winning not every day. Some days you're going to lose, but weekly I'm winning. And if I'm winning weekly, then I'm winning monthly. Okay. And that's all. And that's what matters to me, because I'm playing the long game. So I just wanted to share this with you guys. I hope that it is helpful. If you have any questions, I got to get an email for this. I think I'm not sure. I will figure it out. I think I have one for this. I'm not, because I had to have had one to have created this channel, because YouTube requires it. So I'll figure out what that is, and I will put it in the description of this channel. So if you need to shoot me an email, or if you just want to put it, have a question you want to put it in the comments, that's one way. Or if you want to shoot me an email, I'll put that in the description box for the channel, not for the video, but for the channel overall. So you go to the home page of the channel, hit description, it'll say email, click on that. It'll ask you to, I think it'll ask you to prove that you're a human or something like that, and or that you're not a bot. And then it'll show you the email address. So I'll get that in there probably today, but I gotta get out of here. I've done 3 videos in a row with you guys. I've spent enough time with you. So let's get out of here. Again, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this helps. This is Night Trade with Steve, and the easiest trade you'll ever make. Thanks for joining me, and until next time.